My journeys continue around the city of Seoul, and I am now got a really interesting story for you. The adventure starts. Let's go.
There's bees outside.
40,000 bees in there alone.
Wandering lonely in the desert.
Fish market. Fish market. Ah, I love markets. Wherever I'm in the world, the food has arrived. We've got the seats, and the good news is I'm wearing a tweed jacket. Chopsticks are ready. Oh, pride of place.
감사합니다. 감사합니다.
We gotta get with the noodles. Fantastic. A guy, he's an urban beekeeper, and he puts his hives on the tall buildings in Seoul. Now, I've managed to get an interview with this guy, and hopefully we're going to go up now to this hotel up here, right up there, onto the roof, and go and have a chat with him and see some of the bees in action and making honey and ask him about it. And I am looking forward to this one. It's going to be a good one. So come on, let's go find him. Hi, Mr. Park. Nice to meet you.
It was a real pleasure to meet Mr. Park. I'd read his story whilst carrying out research for my trip, and I was inspired by what he and his brother had achieved. Back in 2010, almost 90% of the country's bee population was wiped out due to a virus. After 3 years, Mr. Park and his brother had not seen any sign of recovery in bee numbers, so they decided to do something about it. His brother quit his job and set up Seoul Urban Bees.
We are now going to head up to the rooftop and see what we can find. Some bees, hopefully. I'll introduce Dennis as well, who's doing the translation for me, and he's doing a great job.
I wouldn't say I have a fear of bees, but I must admit I was a little apprehensive.
There's bees outside, so we should just get dressed up here, and then we'll just head outside.
Right, I'm going to put the camera down. I will be back in a minute. And here I am. We're going to go and find the bees. Come on, let's go. Follow me. Ah. So I've been instructed to put some gloves on, which I'm going to do now. What is the smoke for?
Mr. Park explained that when you open the beehives, the bees will be a little agitated. So he burns a mixture of herbs and the smoke calms them down, which then in return allows him to work on the hives safely.
It smells good. Yes, it smells good. So there's quite a lot of bees, and they're certainly interested in us. Ah, look here. How many bees does he think he has?
On average, there's about 20 to 60,000 per hive, and this hive holds about
40,000 bees in there alone. Okay, now how many have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, fantastic.
Okay, let's just stop and rewind a bit. Now, it's about here I did some quick math and realised I was standing on a rooftop in Seoul with about 200,000 bees around me. And quite a few of them had taken a dislike to my GoPro. Well, I guess I wanted an adventure, and today I was certainly going to get one. Mr. Park had explained that I had timed my visit perfectly, as this time of year was when the bees were busy storing the honey. The first floor of the hive is where the queen bee lives, and the second floor is where they store all the honey. The shiny areas you can see are where the honey is stored. The chubby ones are the drones. They're the males and don't have a stinger. Here, take a look.
Oh, and you can hold them. I can see. Big, small.
Most of them are female bees. They don't breed, and they're the workers. Now I'll show you how they build their houses. Here's a good example. You can see they have started to make the wax and will connect one point to the other.
I didn't realise, in my ignorance about bees and beekeeping, that they build the honeycomb themselves. For some reason, I thought the honeycomb was already there and they just come and fill the holes in. That's amazing to see.
Yes, that's correct. They just build it and store the honey in there. Basically, they build everything. I asked Mr. Park why he and his brother had set up the business. He explained, My younger brother had a small patch of land where he grew vegetables. He noticed one day that his tomatoes were not getting very big, so he asked around. He learned from the local people that the lack of bees was causing the problem. This led him to carry out some research, and it was during this time that he met 5 other people who wanted to do something to help, so he founded the company.
Was it in 2010 that the population of bees had dropped significantly to almost only 10% of bees? Did I read that correctly? And there was a real worry that the bees would die out completely?
Yes, that's correct. There are in fact 2 types of honeybees, the Western honeybee and the Asian honeybee. In 2010, about 90% had died due to a virus. To stop this from happening again, scientists are now trying to diversify the genetic pool, and little by little, things are starting to improve and get better.
If all the bees died out, certainly in South Korea and the world, how would that affect people?
About 71% of our plant-based food is related to the honeybee. So if they die out, humans as apex predators will eventually get affected by a food crisis. So that's why we are trying to make the area more bee-friendly.
And the question that I really like to know is, are you friends with the bees? And do you think they like you and they mind you taking care of them with the beehives?
It really depends on the case-by-case situation, and the seasons play a role. For example, at the moment it's a good season and the bees are busy working, making lots of honey. During a down season, when less honey is being made, they will be against you taking the honey. They're a bit like people. For example, if you came back home after a busy day and some guy comes along and starts disturbing you, you'd get angry, wouldn't you? So it's much the same.
You must be asked this all the time. How many times have you been stung?
Thankfully, not many times now, but when I first started, there was a time I got stung 80 times in one day.
So is it true that over time you get an immunity to the sting?
아니요, 그러지 않더라고요.
No. So the first one stung just as bad as the 80th one.
Well, I think Mr. Park's expression says it all here. His answer is definitely yes.
Now I guess we've got to check for bees. Ah, he found one. So back out it goes. Every bee is saved. That's the mission. I'm now looking at my GoPro and look. A sting?
Ah, yeah.
What an absolute great interview and experience to visit Mr. Park up on the top of the roof with his bees, and the hives and the views across Seoul were fantastic. What an interesting gentleman. I found out afterwards when we had a little cup of coffee together down in the hotel cafe that I said about how tasty the honey was. Hey, do you like honey? He said, yes, I love the honey. And he said, I love the honey from my urban bees because it tastes tastier, if there's such a thing, tastier honey than the bees from in the rural areas. How interesting. It's fascinating to hear these things. Great experience. Now I'm heading off to my next location to see who else I can chat to and look around and get some more awesome pictures, I hope. So come on, let's go.
I got a letter this morning, boy. Hey, hey, honey. I got a letter this morning, boy. Hey, hey, honey. I got a letter this morning.
So I've jumped in this fabulous taxi. Hi, sir.
Hi.
We've been talking, as you do with all taxi drivers, a little bit about the weather, most importantly about the traffic, and comparing notes between the traffic in Seoul and the traffic in London, England. So, seafood good in market? Seafood, fish?
Fish.
Yes.
Fish. Seafood fish is a Norangjin market.
Yes.
Norangjin Sunsan market. Fish market.
Fish market.
Fish market.
The journey was a little longer than I expected, so to pass the time I tried to chat with the driver. After watching the news the night before, I'd found out that the local elections were taking place in South Korea and that a very important guest was arriving into the city.
To the first, and then you vote for the general election. Okay. And I hear President Biden visiting Seoul.
Yes.
Yes.
President Joe Biden come to the Korea.
Yeah. Hey, President Biden may be in your taxi.
Taxi.
Yeah.
Okay, please come in.
Yes.
Please.
That will be good.
I need you. Okay.
Yeah.
No problem.
No problem. If President Biden got in your taxi, would he have to pay money for the ride or free?
Pay money. Okay, no problem.
He pay. He pay.
Free.
Free.
Yeah.
President Biden free. Okay, fair enough.
Service.
Yes.
Thank you for coming to Korea.
As a gift.
Thank you.
As a gift.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Good idea.
Yes.
I think so.
problem.
I think
Yes.
so. Yes. I don't think President Biden has any money. I think President Biden has free everywhere he goes.
Good, no problem. I like Joe Biden, president.
He's good. Good
Yeah,
guy.
good
Yeah.
guy.
Good guy.
Yes.
Yeah. Nice guy.
Yeah, nice guy.
Okay.
Yeah,
President
good man.
Biden, good.
Yes.
President Trump.
With my taxi ride coming to an end, I decided to leave on a high end and give my new friend a gift. I'd heard the Koreans of all ages love stickers, so before arriving I had some printed up, and it seemed to work. He immediately stopped the taxi and proudly mounted it onto his rearview mirror. In fact, he was so pleased with his gift he forgot which market he was taking me to, and promptly we got lost.
I'm at the market, I've made it. Great. What a fun taxi driver. Fantastic. I think I've made a friend for life there. Great guy. Although we did end up at the wrong market, and he was so apologetic. He'd had a long day, I think, and I'd already paid him. We end up shooting across town to the other market, and you know what? He didn't charge me any extra. What a fantastic guy. That's a good guy. Now I'm looking for Jimmy. I really hope this is the right market. Let's go and have a little look. Meet up with Jimmy again, who we were with yesterday, actually traveling around, and I'm just spotting him. Hey Jimmy, how you doing?
How are you?
It's good to see you again.
Yeah, good to see you back.
Can I say that this guy, it was absolutely fantastic. Going around with you yesterday, exploring around was the highlight of the trip so far. There's going to be more highlights, but I'm going to remember that.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. So where are we today? What are we doing? What's the name of this market? I've heard a little bit about it. It's famous, isn't it?
Yes, it's one of the oldest and largest traditional markets in Seoul.
Right, okay. So food market? Or,
Yeah, it's a food textiles market, but we'll check out into the foodie section.
Sounds good to me. And actually, it's kind of, he's been waiting for me while I've been touring with my new friend, a taxi driver, and it's gone 7 o'clock, and we might have to kind of get some snacks, mightn't we?
Yeah.
Because I know you've been busy today, and I've been busy, and we definitely need food or at least a coffee. So
we're getting into the Gwangjang Market.
the Gwangjang Market.
That's correct.
That is where we are. I'm getting better with my Korean. We're going to go in here and going to take you guys with us, and we're going to go explore, see what we can find.
All right.
Okay, let's go.
Let's go.
Straight away, you've got the smells of the market and the buzz of it. I love markets. Wherever I'm in the world, I think you've always got to go around and visit the markets because you get a slice of life. Do you agree? You agree?
Absolutely.
You've got to go to the markets.
This is like the first places when you ever travel abroad.
Yeah.
You check out the market first.
Yeah.
Because you know how the people feel or the locals feel like.
Yeah.
And it's so nice.
And that's the key. That's the key, isn't it? You're not necessarily there with tourists there, but you get a slice of what life is like for people that live in the area.
Absolutely.
Because they're going to use the market, whether it's they're buying food, eating out, which is a big Asian thing anyway, isn't it? A lot of people eat out in the evenings. But also just traveling around, and I like a market early in the morning when they're setting up.
Yeah.
I think that's a great time. But also to go around and check out stuff and just explore and check out the food and stuff.
Yeah. But this is especially known for a night market, so a lot of people will handle it here at the afternoon. Gather around and we'll find out.
So it kind of gets busier as the night.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'd be dead in the morning. It might not even be open in the morning, and it's just a kind of more of an evening.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna have to have a cup of coffee then to make this one work. Now we're a little bit deeper into the market. We've got our masks on because we're inside. Keep everybody safe. I've already explained, I'm not a big seafood eater.
Yeah.
I wish I was,
Yeah.
and I should be, because where I lived on the south coast, we're right by the sea. However, I'm not, it doesn't agree with me. So I love vegetables, I love stir fries, rice noodles, that kind of stuff. Do you think we'll find that here?
We'll definitely find a lot of what interests you in your palate. So
Right.
there's glass noodles, that's one dish.
I've never had glass noodles and they fascinate me. Yeah, they look great. Yeah.
There's also another homemade noodles. Literally, it means cut knife noodles, which is called kalguksu. It's also very good.
Right,
And there are dumplings around.
right.
And there's also live octopus, as you were here, right here. But
We
obviously,
just happened to have some live octopus. You might think we planned that, but we didn't actually, did we? We didn't. The live octopus just in there. Fresh is fresh.
Yes.
That's important.
that's
yeah?
important. But we'll try something that we like, you know.
Yeah,
at least,
yeah. What about you? What kind of, what do you like eating? What's your favorite food?
There's another signature dish called pindae-tteok, which is like a mung bean pancake.
Okay,
It tastes much like a fresh hash brown. Sorry.
that sounds good to me.
Yeah, that sounds good, huh?
So, markets that I've been to before, a little bit like when you go out drinking and you're doing a bit of a pub crawl,
Yeah.
you do a little bit of a market stall crawl.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
have a little bit of food there, a little bit of food there.
That's
Could we
right.
do that today?
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah,
Try
okay.
some,
Is this what you're talking about
That
here?
is what I'm talking right about. Right here.
Oh,
You
look
can
at
see it.
this, look at this, look at this. Wow. This place just goes on and on and on. I mean, I'd heard that you had told me that it's a big place, but wow, it just goes on. And the colour and the smell and the aroma is just fantastic.
Yeah.
And it hits you at each stall that you go to. You suddenly got this. You suddenly got this different set of smells, haven't you?
Yeah.
With the food that they're cooking. Your favourite food, is this it over here?
Yes, that's right here. It's called pindae-tteok. It's a mung bean pancake.
Pindae-tteok.
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 Yeah.
Okay.
So it's basically mung bean pancake, which is made out of mung bean. Basically, it's like two flavors. One is like more vegetables to it,
Yeah.
the pindae-tteok, and there's the other one called with the meat in it.
The food has arrived, we've got the seat, and the good news is I'm wearing a tweed jacket on a very hot evening in a market next to the fryer. So I'm going to start melting very soon. But never mind, it's fine, we'll go with that. Let's talk about food. This is what we got here. Tell me, Jimmy, what we've got. We've got a vegetable one. This one here is the vegetable
Yeah,
one?
this is both pindae-tteok. This is the vegetable ones, and
Yeah.
this was with the meat included.
And this was the meat included.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay, so I'm also going to embarrass Jimmy now because I'm going to guess that we haven't got a knife and fork here.
We do only have chopsticks.
Right, okay, so that I'm really going to embarrass myself because my chopstick skills are about as good as my Korean pronunciation. They are getting better. I'm going to work on it. We're going to see how we go, okay? Let's do it. Right, here we go. Chopsticks are ready. I never quite know how to do this, so I'm going to have a lesson now. Can you tell me the proper way of holding chopsticks and using them, please, Jimmy?
Well, the way that I do it, Scott, I move the upper stick like that.
Right, so the bottom stick
Stays normal.
still. Okay, so I just do that.
Yeah.
My fingers aren't the same as yours, I
Yeah,
can tell.
there you go.
But at least it's moving.
It is moving, yeah.
A little bit like a Donald Duck kind of character. Okay, fine. So we go with that, and then, okay, we're going to give this a go and see what happens. Okay, so you go first. I
go
want to
here. Look.
see the, right, okay, the technique. Now, I know for a fact that what will happen is likely that it is going to ping out of my chopsticks and either end up in my lap, Jimmy's lap, or the gentleman over there's lap. Okay, we're good. We're poised. Chopsticks at the ready. Jimmy has put napkins all over his lap. I really don't think he trusts me with this maneuver. Okay, here we go. Well, annoyingly, I'm going to say what everybody else says whenever you see them eating food on the television. wow, that tastes amazing. But I can honestly say that, wow, it does taste amazing. That is absolutely fantastic. Although I dare to think how many calories are in this. It's probably quite high, considering it's deep fried, although it tastes very fresh.
It tastes very fresh.
Good. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. One thing I've noticed, Jimmy, is I think if I lived in Korea, I would probably gain weight quite quickly because the portions are quite big.
Yep. Do you think?
Yeah, I think they are. Yeah, they are good portions. I mean, it's good. It's not. There's no negativity in that. I like a lot of food.
That's good.
And you're certainly not going to be hungry when you come to South Korea or Seoul. It's good.
Yeah. We do like to serve, with a lot of dishes, when we have our meals. But you don't have to eat them all, right?
No. True.
Yeah.
So the problem is, if you put food in front of me, it's gonna get eaten. And if it keeps coming, it keeps getting eaten.
Yeah.
Now I've just spotted a little thing down here going on. What have we got in here? This looks interesting.
This is a little onion chop and marinated in soy sauce.
Oh.
This is like the ketchup version of the
Far
the
more
hash brown.
interesting. Far more interesting. Can I have a little try? Okay, let's. All right, here we go. The chopstick sticks and what? Wait, hey. Okay, here we go. Oh.
It gives it a nice little balance.
Yeah, it gives it a nice little punch.
Yeah, punch. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Really good. Right, enough for me to eat. You really don't want to watch the rest of this. It's going to be messy. I'm going to eat. We'll catch up with you in a minute. This food is fabulous, and the buzz in here and the atmosphere is fantastic. I absolutely love it. It's a great place. You've got to come here, guys, if you ever get the opportunity to. But the culture of eating out, do people eat out regularly here, certainly in Seoul, in South Korea?
Well, in Korea, it's very affordable to eat outside. So a lot of Koreans do generally eat out.
So is that because it's just easier than cooking at home, when you might as well come and eat great food and get somebody else to do the dishes?
I'm one of those. I'm one of those who go out and doesn't like to cook,
Yeah. Let the experts cook.
Yeah,
I like that idea.
Yeah.
And what about, is it also, I guess, linked with community and meeting up with friends?
Yes, generally, there's many companies around the market, and the office workers, they like to go out, after work. They just come over here, have a drink, and eat. Yeah. And that's the customary thing among the Korean people.
So that gets back to the work-life culture that we were talking about, and working those long hours.
Yeah.
So not everybody, and I know that's shifting because we've talked about that before, but Mr. Song I was talking to, who was helping us yesterday as we were traveling around, I discussed it with him, and Korean people, they work hard, long hours. Yeah, they're strivers. If you want something, you're going to work for it.
Yeah.
It's in the cycle kind of thing.
Yeah, it's a thing to sacrifice for the company at the beginning, but once you are for a longer period, you get more free time and you can still hang around.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's Korean culture, work hard.
Work hard and play hard, though.
And play hard.
Yeah,
That's right.
But it's also work hard, but build up the connection with your fellow workers by not only doing long hours, but coming out and enjoying food with them.
Absolutely, couldn't agree more, Scott.
So the family must suffer to a certain degree then, do you think? Or is it just expected? Everybody's used to doing that, and that's what's needed to be done.
Well, whenever they play on a team together, everything works out better,
Yeah.
So unity makes it stronger. So
Team effort.
what better way to connect through food and people going out and hanging out? I think that's very...
I get it, yeah. And let's face it, in this world, whatever part of the world you're in this day and age, nobody's going to come and hand out stuff to you.
Nobody, yeah.
You got to work. And well, it's the way I've always worked. If you want something, you've got to get out there and do it. So I'm not sitting here criticizing.
Right.
That to me has always been my work ethic. I know there's some people out there that want to be a YouTube superstar. And don't want to work 2 hours a day and that's it, But hey folks, life is not like that. I can pretty much guarantee it. So Jimmy, I'm thinking, with so many food stalls, I'm guessing it's quite competitive.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Well, but you have to seat everybody. There's a lot of people, there's a big crowd around, so they have a lot of food stalls.
So I'm struggling to find any empty seats actually.
Yeah.
So there obviously people are doing well.
Yeah.
And would they be family owned? Would they be passed down to generation, would you say, or a mixture? I guess
it's a mixture, but
Yeah.
a lot of them are family owned. That's for sure. Yeah.
What about during the pandemic? Was this kind of place totally shut down? I mean, I know Korea, it's only recently it's opened up, and I managed to, kind of get probably one of the first flights in, really.
Yeah.
Certainly for people from the UK. But, is everything shut down?
Almost all of it, yeah. It really was tough on them. We also had a curfew, which meant it's a night market, so people wouldn't come out at night.
Right.
So a lot of the stalls were closed for most of the day, and it was really hard and tough on them. But maybe the government intervened, thank God, and helped them a little bit.
Yeah.
No, I don't think good enough, but still, it's a little help, and we're still coming back.
Coming back, and it's fully open again.
Yep.
Yeah. There's been a push now, you see, in the UK, there's been a push that people were working from home. They left the cities, worked from home. Now, the pandemic has lifted, we've eased. I think we're a little bit ahead of you guys in respect to mask wearing and stuff. But I know for a fact a lot of the businesses are having trouble getting their staff back home, back to the office, should I say.
Yeah.
Because people now have realised that working from home is a good idea, because you can put the washing on, see the kids, see the wife or the husband or whatever, your partner, and who wants to do a 2-hour commute every day?
Yeah.
But you were saying, interestingly, that the Korean, there's a different vibe where people want to get back to the office and get back, yeah?
Yeah, people actually, they're tired of being home all the time, and they really think that going out again is making them back,
Who's this? Sorry to interrupt. Who's this guy? What's he got here?
Ice cake.
Yeah, he's really saying ice cake, which is a type of Korean ice cream.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Great. Korean ice cream seller?
Yeah, at nighttime right now. We shall have some at dessert.
We should. We were going to end maybe on ice cream. So sorry, you were saying, there's a different psyche that people do want to get back to the office here, because it's some kind of normality, yeah?
Yes, but I guess for my parents, they feel that way at least,
Yeah.
They've been in the home all the time, and right now, going out, living the normal life is what we're all looking for.
Yeah. Well, hey, I think we all want to get back to some kind of normality and just get back to feeling normal again.
Yeah.
And whether that means sitting in that rush hour traffic or not, I guess we all need to feel comfortable
And breathe that fresh air outside.
Breathe that fresh air, exactly. Stuck in amongst four walls, it's not good, is it?
Yeah.
So here we go. Where are we now, Jimmy?
Oh, we're here in another place where they sell, in Korean name, kalguksu.
The menu's coming over. Right,
Let
now
me show you at the menu right now.
we can now take our masks off because we're sat down and we're definitely going to eat. I can tell you that straight away. We got quite a lot of superstars here,
Yeah.
haven't we?
I agree.
All right, because a certain well-known production company called Netflix has already been here. Okay, and I can see up here, so I think this is the lady. Look, here we go, and she's got a picture. Hi, here we go. Netflix superstar, you see, but she's now going to be on my show. So the menu has arrived. Let's talk me through this. What have we got? Hey, I love this picture. As you can see, Netflix. Okay.
Yep. So we should try this one, Scott. Son kalguksu, homemade noodles.
Homemade noodles, vegetables. Is it?
There's some
Yeah,
vegetables in
good,
there.
okay.
Very nice.
He says with some no fish.
Or we can add some little dumplings to the,
Oh,
with it.
dumplings.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm leaning towards this one.
All right.
I'm going to go for that one. Oh, hang on. What do we got here? Ah.
I like this one right here, sujebi. It's just a handful dough soup.
That looks good to me. Good choice. Right, we're going to order. Jimmy, the lady's busy. I mean,
Yeah.
she's got customers to serve, but we'll see whether you can ask her a question for me. And I'm intrigued because she's cutting our noodles, hand-cut noodles, and she's doing it now.
Right.
Fascinating to watch. I mean, she's not even looking at the blade, although I don't know how sharp it is, but she's just like, yeah, she's clearly done that a few times before.
Right.
So what I'm thinking is, see if you can ask her for me how many noodles she thinks she makes in a day. We'll see whether she's got the time. I mean, time is money for anyone, so she might not be able to talk to us, but we'll see.
질문 하나 드려도 될까요?
네네.
하루에 얼마나 쓸어요?
평일에 평일에는 적고 주말에는 좀 많이 나오시고 그래.
예, 근데 하루에 몇 개나 나왔는지 모르세요? She said at least 100 dishes per day.
100 dishes a day.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, that's a lot. She's definitely an expert. I've come to the right place, Jimmy.
Yeah.
I think I got mine on the way. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
감사합니다.
Wow, this looks good.
So one has noodles in it, mine has like a little dough shape.
Okay.
It's basically the same broth.
Same broth, okay. Right, we're going to dive in and we're going to let you know how it goes. See you on the other side. Ah, metal chopsticks.
Yeah.
Okay, different. Okay, so gone away from the wooden ones. We're now on metal. Now, there was used to be many years ago on the television, a guy that used to play spoons. So he used to get 2 metal spoons,
Okay.
put them back to back, like this. Hold on. Let me show you. Like that. Yeah, you hold that. Let me show you. Okay. Put 2 spoons like this. Okay. Like that. You like it? And you say that.
Oh, good.
But can you do that with chopsticks? Probably not.
No, probably not.
Now, I have noticed, Jimmy, and I don't want to be rude, there's quite a lot of slurping involved.
It is.
Now, I know that slurping here is a good thing when you're eating. However, well, you will know because you're well traveled that, you know, when I was at home at the dinner table, no noise was allowed, and you certainly wouldn't be allowed to slurp your noodles at home in the UK.
Yeah, you certainly have manners in, everywhere else. That's how I grew knowing,
Yeah, yeah.
I've been raised that way. But in Korea, it seems like when you slurp, you really enjoy your food.
So slurping is allowed. Now, there is a technique to eating these noodles. You're going to run me through it now, okay? So schoolboy era here, was trying to use a spoon, which wasn't working and was not successful. So how about you tell me the ideal way of achieving to get that noodle in my mouth and the slurping technique. So what do I need to do? I'm guessing we're going to use the chopsticks.
Yeah, use your chopsticks,
Okay.
use your skills, Scott.
All right, okay.
All right, try to get a
right,
little
all
piece
right.
of it.
Okay, so I got to think Donald Duck, keep one still and move the other. How embarrassing. Look at the English guy trying to eat with chopsticks. He doesn't know what he's doing. Okay, right, okay, so I've achieved, that's the best
You
we're going
achieved
to
it.
get.
That's the first
okay,
process.
We're in, now, just literally in the mouth and slurp.
Yeah.
And then just bring them up.
Yeah.
Okay, and try not to choke.
Okay.
Okay, we're going for this. 1, 2, 3. This might not be pretty. Look away now if you've got a bad, worried about this.
Yeah. Not bad, not bad. But
That was good.
yeah. You gotta practice a little bit more of your technique.
It
slurper
needs
technique.
more. There was not a lot of slurp, but
국물
it
더
worked.
드리나 여쭤보세요.
괜찮아요. Just asking if you need more broth.
No, I'm good. Very good. I'm good. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, there's more food coming. I can't take all this food. Okay, we're gonna go again with the slurp. Okay, right. Here we go. Everybody's looking. Right, here we go. I'm going to impress them this time. Ready? Okay, here we go. Here we go. Ready? 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 Okay, here I am.
All right.
Better?
Better.
Okay.
But still, when you
Still
slurp
a bit
it,
slow.
the next time it has to go in like very quickly.
Quick?
All the noodles.
Oh, heck. Okay, you didn't tell me that, Jimmy.
Yeah.
I'm going slow.
Well, that's why you're here. We're gonna practice your slurper technique.
I was a little bit, what you're actually telling me is I was a little bit refined and I
Yeah.
should just go for it.
Yeah, just go for it. That's
well,
right.
do you remember when we used the wooden chopsticks and I was worried that the food was going to fly over and hit the man who was eating?
Yeah.
Okay. The same thing, because there's a lady to my left here who's just arrived, and I am really worried that if I slurp, it's going to end up over on her lap. Now, she might not mind, but then again, she would probably be offended. So anyway, okay, we're going to go with this. I'm making such a mess. Okay, right, okay, stand by everyone. Napkins at the ready, just in case. Right. So not only does he want it to go in my mouth, we want noise, speed. Oh, heck.
That is correct. Noise and speed.
Okay, I think we're going to have to go with one. Oh, I've got to practice. Right, here we go. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, that's it, Scott. You got it.
Made it.
All right.
We're good. Is it all over my beard now?
Even you got a plus on the side? Yeah.
The lady's laughing, so that's okay. We're good. She didn't get covered. We're happy. We're fine. We're good. We're going to be. We just met a really nice person. They've taken over the camera for us, so we've got our own filming person now. That's going to be helping. So anyway, look, I really enjoyed this. Although I haven't eaten a lot of it, it's going to get eaten. Trust me. But you don't want to sit here watching me eat for hours. Really don't. But let's talk about these other little bits that have arrived. Now I've noticed you tucked into one already, so I've only got a little bit left on here. But what have we got here then?
This is a famous dish, kimchi.
Kimchi, of course it is.
Fermented cabbage.
Okay, fermented cabbage. Now, again, we're going to go with this, and we're going to give this a go. I've totally messed up.
All right.
Okay, wait. Okay, all right. Let's get this. Okay, one still, one moving. Okay. It's the meeting. It's the great meeting of the two is the problem, okay? That is where I'm having it. Okay. Do they do ones that are like automatic?
Yeah, for the kids ones, you know, they have the rubber band inside in the middle.
That clearly I needed the kids one. Clearly I needed the kids one, okay? I need a rubber band on mine. Okay, okay, we got it. Okay, I'm not gonna talk, I'm just gonna eat. Okay, here we go. That's really terrible. No, it's not. It's really good. It's fantastic. Wow. There's a lot going on in there.
Yeah,
there's a bit of spice, a bit of heat for anybody out there that's never eaten it.
It's a nice punch, though, isn't it?
A really good punch.
Okay.
That livens things up quite a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, and considering it's cabbage. Now, now you said what it is. You can tell I'm not a great foodie person with international food and worldwide cuisine. Now I know what it is. I did read somewhere that there's lots of different varieties of this.
Yeah.
Like hundreds, isn't there?
Hundreds of it, yeah.
If not thousands.
There's the cucumber kimchi or radish kimchi.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
and this is another one. We'll try this one over here.
So you can't go along and just say, I want kimchi, because you actually don't know what kind of kimchi you're going to get.
Well, when you say kimchi, originally, that's just the first that comes to mind, you know?
Yeah.
This one.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So this is like the main one.
Yeah, this is the main one.
Okay, let's go for this as well. Well, we've got the cameraman with us today. Camera lady, camera person. And what's this here?
This is more kimchi.
More kimchi?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you can see
Not
the
more
difference.
kimchi, mul kimchi.
Oh, more
Kimchi.
More?
Literally means like water kimchi.
Okay, that's easier.
But it has a vinegary taste, so...
Okay, we're going to go for this then, okay. That's good.
Good, huh? Edible.
Vinegary?
Vinegary.
Like
that's
it.
Right.
I would put that probably more as a compliment maybe on something.
For the dish.
For me personally, that's what I would do. I tell you what that might work with is some really fat chips. Yeah. I tell you what, I'm going to go off on another little subject here. Have you ever, about chip butties?
No. Oh,
chip butties. Okay, chip buddies out there. Anyone in the UK now will be going, chip butties are absolutely amazing. Chip buddies, okay. Chip buddies are, it's got to be white bread, okay. Thick butter on.
Okay.
Okay, that's controversial,
okay.
But I go with butter. Okay, thick wedge of bread, and then you get, well, in America they call them fries. We call them chips.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're not skinny, thin things. Okay, chips, proper chips are fat, big, and they're crunchy on the outside, fluffy in the middle, potatoes, fried, put on there, and then what you do is you get them from the chippy, fish and chip shop,
okay.
Right? And then you put them in the bread, right on there, and it slowly melts the butter. You then get another piece of bread with more butter on there, put that on the top. If you're really living life to the max, you might put a little bit of tomato sauce in there. I quite like a little bit of mayonnaise.
Yeah.
And then it all heats through, and then you just eat them. That is a chip butty, and it is fantastic.
I would like to try it.
Well, I'm going to go 2022 and put a little bit of that in there as well. And me and you are going to start a revolution. Okay, let's see if we can get some chips and a chip buddy, and we're going to put that together, and we're going to rock it, and we are going to come out with the next big thing. You up for it?
I'm up for it. Let's go.
Good. By this time next year, we're going to be millionaires. I've been sat here making a fool of myself as usual. No, I think I've held my own. I think we've done that. And this young lady sat down by us, and this is Sarah over here. Hi Sarah, how are you doing? I'm going to lean in over here so we get in shot. Sarah actually offered to do some filming for me, which is fantastic. But more importantly, she's got an interesting story. So Sarah, you kind of been out here for 9 months now, yeah?
Yeah, I've been living here for 9 months. I've been studying here. It's an amazing experience, so you should come here to Korea to study here.
And you're off now. You've got 1 month left, and then you're going.
Yep.
And where are you heading to? So you're from Spain?
Yeah, I'm from Spain. I'm gonna go home for 1 week, and I'm gonna go to America. Just travel.
Just travel. Travel is on her mind. Exactly. It's like I said, how long are you going to spend at home then? Going home, see the folks. She said, yeah, but only for a week, and then I'm off. You know, that's the way it should be. Fantastic. So tell me very quickly, because I know your food is getting cold. Tell me a little bit about your time here. How have you enjoyed it? 9 months. What's it been like for you?
It's been amazing. I came here without any expectations because my idea was going to Australia.
Okay.
But it was closed. So
Right.
I didn't want to do Erasmus, so I came to Korea.
Fantastic.
Why not?
Yeah.
It's been amazing because our winter break was 2 months.
Okay.
So I traveled a lot during that time.
Great. So where have you been? Where have you been in Korea?
I've been to Sokcho, Mokpo, Busan, Jeju, Gyeongju, some more places.
Okay, you didn't happen to meet a girl on the beach in Jeju setting off rockets, did you, by any chance? No, that makes no sense, I know. Okay, so last night when we were up at Noodle Tower, we met an American student who went to Jeju, and I think there's a long story. I think she nearly got arrested by setting off these rockets or something. She thought they were just little sparklers. It's complicated. Anyway, it's just funny you say Jeju. Everything seems to happen on Jeju Island. So I think another time we've got to go. Look, it's been fantastic. I'm going to let you get back to your food and say hi to your folks. You never know, they might be watching.
Thank you.
Thank you, and it's lovely to meet you. So, everywhere I go, as you well know, I've been handing out my little stickers. The taxi man has had one. I can't remember who we met yesterday, but they've received one. Sarah's got one, haven't you?
Yeah.
She's going to dig hers out. She's very pleased with the sticker. Everyone says it looks like me, which is fantastic. There we are, she's got one. There we are, okay. But most importantly of all, we've got a lady here has got one, and she's very pleased. I think she's going to put it up on the wall. There we are for you. Oh, put it on. So look, pride of place on there. Go on then, go Jimmy for me. Fantastic. That is what travel is all about. Meeting people, making new friends, having a chat, having a laugh. That is what it's all about, yeah? Get off the sofa, go and meet people. So, we're going to get a photograph of our friendly cook here, okay? So what we're going to do is put this on here. That on there. Okay. So we've got to get her with the noodles. Ready, 1, 2, 3.
감사합니다.
One more. Okay, still. Come. Here we go. Wasn't that great?
Oh, that was excellent, Scott. We had a great time doing that.
I just love those moments that you start off not knowing anyone.
And then we're just surrounded with everybody.
And then within good food and a smile and a hello, and by the end of the meal, you know everyone.
I know.
You swap telephone numbers. You've taken people's pictures. You know their name, a little bit about them.
Right.
You've heard their story, and that to me is what I love about traveling around.
Yeah.
You know, more than even the touristy spots. It's those little connections with other human beings. And it doesn't matter if you can't speak the same language, like my taxi driver friend.
Yeah.
Somehow you manage, and you put a smile on each other's faces, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah,
That's
right.
what it's all about, yeah.
Oh, man. Those are the magic moments, huh, Scott?
Oh, so much like that. Now, I tell you what I'm after now. I'm thinking we've done one course starter.
Yeah.
We've done a main course.
That's right.
I'm thinking we might need to finish up with a little dessert. What do you think?
Well, that sounds magical.
What do you recommend?
Let's go ahead and have a little sweet drink. How
A
about
sweet
that?
drink sounds perfect to me.
All right.
Does it involve purple sweet potato?
No, not this time.
Okay, we're at the drink stop now. Jimmy, what is this exactly?
It's a device, you know, and it's rotating around. It's a cold drink. It's called shike.
And what's shiki made out of?
Oh, shike is made out of rice, basically.
Okay.
It's a sweet drink,
It's a sweet drink.
but it's really good.
Looks refreshing. We're gonna go in there. We're gonna give it a go. Come on.
Gwangjang 두개 주세요.
The added advantages of stopping and eating also is the fact you can take your mask off and enjoy moments like this. I'm just letting Jimmy put his money away because I've insisted to pay for the drinks because I kept him waiting so long. Okay, here we go. Now, remind me of the name, Jimmy.
Shike.
Shike.
Yeah.
Shike, here we go. First time in Seoul, in the market. We're going to give it a go. See if I can do this one-handed. Here we go, right. Wow. That was not what I was expecting at all.
Different. Better than the purple drink? Purple sweet potato
I
drink?
don't know. I kind of like the purple sweet potato drink. I mean, I don't want to offend the lady because this is a big seller here, I know. But let's go again.
Yeah, you gotta have the second sip.
Yeah, don't rush these things. First impressions aren't always the best impressions. You have got a little sometimes, don't rush into anything. Don't rush into a relationship with the drink until you've experienced it and woken up the following day and worked out whether it agrees with you or not.
I agree with you.
Okay?
Yeah.
And that reminds me of a story many years ago, actually, rather a hectic night. Back when I used to drink, a few years ago now, and we were on I was out with a friend and we were on a bit of an all-nighter. And we'd spent quite a lot of money and quite a lot of drinking time in the bar.
Okay.
Great pub. Back then I used to love Guinness.
Oh, I love Guinness too.
Oh, you like Guinness?
Yeah, I like
Okay.
Guinness.
So Guinness is my favourite drink.
Yeah.
We'd done the Guinness. We used to, if it was a real bit of a session evening, we used to finish off with some shots.
Okay.
So I think that particular evening that we might have had a little bit of, what's the famous American whiskey, the kind of, gin? No, what's it called?
The American bourbon whiskey?
Yeah, like a bourbon whiskey.
Like
Jack Daniels,
Jack
I think.
Daniels,
yeah, that's it. I think it's been that long ago since I've had a drink. Okay, Jack Daniels, we had that. We had a couple of shots of that on top of Guinness. I was living dangerously that night.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
Now the problem was we decided to go back. And we went back and decided in our wisdom, we were young, to carry on drinking. Now the problem was that the only thing left in the house was Irish Baileys.
Irish Baileys, all right.
Now, okay, bearing in mind I'd had several pints of Guinness,
Yeah.
maybe even more than several. I'd had a couple of Jack Daniel's shots, and now in my wisdom I'm now going to drink Baileys.
All right. And how did it go?
Not well.
Okay.
I can tell you that now. I was in the bathroom for quite some time, and from then on I can't actually stand the smell of Baileys. Don't go there. However, we're not having a bad experience here. This is good. So anyway, the moral of that story, folks, is never rush your drinks. Take it, pace it, and see. We're going in for the third taste test, and then I will give you my marks out of 10. Jimmy's is already gone. Right, okay. It's a grower. I think the purple sweet potato drink has got the edge. It's got a little bit more. This is a good, but 10 out of 10, I would give this a 7.
Okay, fair enough.
You didn't have the purple one.
I didn't have the
But you have this regularly. I mean, is this a drink you go for on a regular basis?
Not on a regular basis, but because we wanted to
Celebrate
and have a dessert. Why not try taste this for the first time?
For the first time, it was good. It was good, and I like it. But the purple one's definitely got it on me. It is fabulous. I'm enjoying it, and I'm going to carry on drinking this. What a absolutely fantastic trip around the market. It's been absolutely great, Jimmy. You know, I've said it I think a couple of times now, but you've been fantastic showing me around. the city of Seoul.
Definitely enjoy you having us as a guest, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your time in Korea.
I'm going to let you get home to your family because they're probably wondering who this guy is that keeps this guy away from home all the time. And I'm going to wander around and do some pictures around the market.
Okay.
But I wanted to say thank you, Jimmy.
Thank you so much.
Put it there. It's been great. I think I can honestly say from me, I think we got made a good friendship there, and we're going to keep in contact.
Definitely enjoy you having us as a guest, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your time in Korea. Bye bye.
Nice, buddy. Cheers, mate. So I've now, of course, got to get a photograph of Mr. Park and the bees. So we're going to try and get the skyline in of Seoul to set the scene. We are then going to obviously get him holding up the part of the hive there and the bees around him. Going to use a little bit of flash. Let's see if we can get a good creative photograph for him.
In a situation like this, it's easy to get overwhelmed, so my advice is to break it down into sections. First, create the scene, then work out your exposure and balance your flash by taking some test photos. Now, in an ideal world, I'd have lots of time and perfect light, or at least my assistant holding some pro photo lights. Unfortunately, this was not the case, so I had to think on my feet, use what I had and work quickly. Nothing new there then.
My settings are perfect. I will move these brick just here because they were distracting.
Now that I have the settings dialed in, I can concentrate on tidying up the scene and getting rid of any distracting objects.
That looks better. Okay, picture time. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Tell him the bees are on the end of my lens.
By moving the flash around, I can quickly change the direction of the light.
Tell him a portrait of a bee I've got right over his face. We got it. I will just do some where I will be quicker without flash.
Now I'm a bit old school, so after getting my photos with flash, I experiment with some natural light photos.
And one last one, could he bring, it will be too difficult for him to bring, he can put the bees back, we've done that picture, make them happy, and then we will get a photograph of him over here just with the smoke and the bees with the roofs back on. And as he does that, I'll take some pictures.
I never just take one photo, even when time is tight. In this second portrait photograph, I wanted to isolate Mr. Parker a little bit and get him away from the hives in the background. As soon as he was in place, I could see the photograph was going to work.
That's the picture. Fantastic. What a great experience up on the rooftops above Seoul, meeting Mr. Park and his bees.
And I'm curious who I'll meet next. Who among them I will love best. That depends upon the context. Doesn't it? Doesn't it?
this area is, should we call, like inside dome. This is the office workshop.
Was good, wandering lonely in the desert. He invited me to stay.
We're in the slight outskirt of Itaewon area. I found an artist who just kind of manages to capture the images of people in Seoul.
Hey, nice to meet you. Hey, come on in.
She was a wild one, a wild one.
Crazy guy.
She said, come out, we could have fun.
Vegetable party act.
And then she wanted me to go.
Character.
Straight there, fantastic.
She couldn't stand getting too close.
Middle of the streets of Hongdae.
K-pop dancing. I fancy a dance myself. Could you show
And I'm
me?
curious who I'll meet next. Who among them I
Wish
will
me luck,
love
folks.
best.
Okay, you ready like this? We go.
That depends upon the context.